Welcome back, players and collectors, to my channel, Ren's Collectibles, and welcome to another TCG Talk. Today, we've got some good news, some kind of bad news. I don't know if it's bad news or not, but it's kind of negative. And then there's a lot of in-between news, but we're going to be talking some Lorcana, we're going to be talking some Pokemon, and we're going to be talking some indie trading card game stuff. So hold on to your hats, let's get into it. All right, first things first, you can see I am on Discord here, and I am on the Mythik TCG Discord channel. And, you know, I know indie trading card games are not the most popular. A lot of people still prefer the big trading card games over the indie TCGs, but hear me out for a second here, all right? These games have been some of the most fun I've ever had playing games. I played all the big games. I played Pokemon, Magic, Lorcana, Yu-Gi-Oh!, and some of these little games, these indie TCGs, have been more fun than all of those combined. There's a lot of issues I know that people have with indie TCGs. You know, are they in stores? How widespread is it? Blah, 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 blah. I get it. I understand it. Give them a chance, right? Just give them a chance. Take a look at some of these cards, and you don't have to like them. You know, you could look at them and be like, I don't like those, and that's cool. That's fine. Give them a chance, all right? That's my plug for the indie TCG space here. I love the indie TCG space. I love the trading card games. People don't give them enough of a chance. There's been some massive news for trading card games overall, but there's, you know, the one that I care about the most is Mythik trading card game. And some huge news. So I'm going to say something that is political in nature. Please do not comment anything political down below. This is not a political discussion. There's just some stuff that's happened in real life that I have to talk about that is just political in nature, and it has affected trading card games. That's the only thing we're discussing here. All right. We are no stranger to the recent times of tariffs being introduced by the current president, and, you know, them hitting China at, like, I think it was 125 or 135%, something like that. Stupidly high, right? That hit trading card games so hard. Like, it crippled most games. Most indie trading card games came to a standstill especially if they were using Chinese printers or, you know, manufacturers, which most do because they're the cheapest. And as an indie trading card game, you got to do things that make business sense, right? Mythik was one of those games. Mythik is not the only game that was affected by it, but they were one of them. Alestrals, Legions of Will, Primal, MetaZoo, even, like, as big as they are, they're still an indie trading card game, and they were affected by all this, right? Like, I think MetaZoo still uses the Chinese printers, right? I think so. I don't know. Doesn't matter. There's a lot of indie trading card games that were hit hard with the tariff situation. To where, you know, printing is not the problem, but shipping it to the United States was a big issue. And that is the case for Mythik TCG. Forbidden Tides, the third set, was paid for. It was printed. Everything was set, ready to go, packaged, put on a boat, ready to come over. And then, boom, tariffs. Which would have just absolutely drowned the game. Like, honestly, there's a lot of TCGs that probably did start to sink or have completely sunk due to this tariff situation. But Mythik is not one of them because we stuck it out, right? We stuck it out. I'm going to say that I'm loud and proud about it. We stuck with it. The community freaking rocks. All right. I'm just going to say that all of you Mythik people that are watching my videos, you guys are the freaking best. Let me just say that. When the news came out that the tariffs were impacting pretty heavily, and Max had to put out the unfortunate news that the Forbidden Tide set, the third set, was going to be delayed indefinitely until we got some good tariff news, really hit hard. But the community was fantastic. He put out there that, you know, let's sit and wait for a month or two and see what happens. If nothing else happens, I'll start doing refunds, and, you know, we'll have to sit on it for a while and see what we can do. And, myself included with most of the community, I don't even think there was anybody that asked for a refund. There was nobody out there that I know of that said, hey, just give me my money back. I'd rather have that. Everybody in the Discord that we could visibly see said, keep it, hold on to it. We love this game so much. It's worth waiting for. And it's paying off, baby, because the tariff situation just got better. It's not great, but it got a lot better. It got manageable. That's the big thing. To where now Forbidden Tides is going to be shipped to the US for distribution. So Max put on here, great news, Forbidden Tides has shipped and will traverse the high seas over the next 30 days on its way to our warehouse. If all goes well, we can expect delivery of your individual orders in July. That's a freaking quick turnaround, too. That's like a month and a half coming straight from China, in the midst of this whole backlog of orders. You got to think how many boats and how much product has been sitting over in China waiting to come over here. Now it's all going to just come flood over here as fast as it can. I'm going to say, if it actually arrives in July, that would be fantastic, and I will be ecstatic. I'm also kind of anticipating there being a lot of backlog when it actually hits the docks here in the US, and it could take a little bit longer to get the product, and that's okay. The fact that it's coming overseas now is going to be massive. It is huge. This is the best news we could have gotten. As indie TCG players, collectors, lovers, this is the best news we could have gotten. So Forbidden Tides is officially back on the menu, boys. By the way, there's still pre-orders available on the Mythik TCG website. You guys can go grab yourself boxes, and they're doing the half booster boxes this time. So 10 packs in like a little collection box almost, and I think it's like $50. Freaking fantastic. That is, I don't understand how people haven't bought this stuff out yet. Your guys' loss. I'm gonna go buy it out. Well, I gotta beat Raxi and Blue Viper to it because I know they're gonna go nuts on it too. There's a lot of people actually in this community that are gonna go nuts and feast. Definitely get you guys some. There's a really good one-of-one chase in this set. There's a one-of-one serialized card in this set. Yeah, it's worth getting into. It's freaking fantastic. All right. Anyway. So the good news is that the tariff situation has become manageable. I'm not going to say great. It's become manageable to where, the current sets can move forward. Games can move forward. Games like Alestrals. I know Alestrals. I've been following them. I'm a big fan of theirs now. I've been a big fan of theirs for a while. I wasn't so sure about them in the very beginning, but I've come to really enjoy Alestrals. A-Drive has put out there about how hard it's been and the impact of tariffs on the indie TCG space. And their game in particular has been pretty hard, right? It's been very difficult to navigate. So I'm happy to see that, games like Alestrals and Mythik and all these other smaller games, Cryptic, Legions of Will, they're going to be able to continue on now and put sets out there. And I just want to point it out and say it. People who sit there and say indie TCGs are destined to die, look at them now, right? Mythik has just survived the tariff war of 2025. Short-lived, sure, but still survived it, and there's still a game that's kicking a few years in on their third set. It's possible. You guys don't write them off so fast. You guys need to open up your minds a little bit and just check out some games and see what you like. You might like Alestrals. You might like Mythik. You might like Nostalgics. You might like Legions of Will. Highly recommend you look at Legions of Will too. They're a really fantastic game. Really good people too. You guys just need to check them out. But this has been something, this is news we've been waiting for and hoping for a while. So I'm really, really happy that is coming to fruition now. So I just wanted to point that one out, that big news for the indie TCG world. We're celebrating a win today, and we're gonna move on. By the way, for Mythik TCG, if anybody is still listening to this portion of the podcast, we're in our second season of the Mythik Battle League, which is an amazing, amazing league. Seriously, some of the most fun I've ever had playing this game versus the big ones. But we're in a team battle league that is just absolutely killer. It's so much fun. We've got some new people in it this season. It's a good time. You guys need to check it out. Make sure you watch the videos on my channel and on the Mythik TCG YouTube channel. Good times. Good times. All right. We're moving into Lorcana, which is, I think, probably what most people are clicking onto this video for. Lorcana has been very rocky recently. And like the last month and a half, there's been a lot of controversy with what Ravensburger's been doing. And I'm just going to put this out there now. Pump the brakes. Everybody pump the brakes. I know a lot of people with pitchforks and torches, and they're ready to come at me and come at Ravensburger, but listen, Ravensburger has always, for the few short years that they've been here with Lorcana, they've done things the right way. I've always said that, and I still believe they're going to make things right. That being said, the Worlds announcement thing, that's a debacle. That was a miss. That's a fail on their part. And I'm just going to say it like that. It's a fail on their part. They should have been better prepared for it. And I know a lot of people are going to come to their aid and rush to defend them in the comments. That's great. I am not saying anything about them in a negative way that like Lorcana's going to die now or anything like that, right? I'm not saying anything like that. And I still believe that Ravensburger is going to make things right. I believe they're still taking the game in the best direction that they can now. But the whole Worlds thing was a huge miss. To me, everybody saw how big the game was from the very beginning. Did they anticipate it at the beginning? No. But they saw it, how fast it rose in popularity to where it is now. They even increased the DLC capacity for every DLC because they knew how popular it was. So you can't sit there and tell me they did not anticipate, or they could not anticipate having a huge turnout for Worlds. I know there's some reasons. They have reasons why they didn't do it and they didn't open it up to the public. I know they have them. I just don't know what they could say that would be reasonable enough for them to like change my mind in particular, or the minds of a lot of others. Like this should have just happened. It should have been open to the public and it should have happened. No excuses. We're moving on though. It is what it is, right? It's a swing and a miss. Hopefully they learn from this huge mistake and, the game gets better. I'm not worried about Lorcana falling off the cliff or anything like that, right? Like everybody's allowed to make mistakes. I think this was a big mistake on their end. We'll see what they do with it from there. But I think, I definitely think they're still going in the right direction. I still think the game is heading in a smoother direction now. Like they're kind of easing into more things to kind of get people to move forward, which is a great thing. Including this big announcement that they made right after the Worlds thing, which is set rotation officially announced. So set rotation has been confirmed with Fabled launch, which is their 9th set. We rotate out sets 1 through 4. Rotation will occur annually. If a card is reprinted, all previous versions of that card are legal to use. And Infinity format will also launch with Fabled and will be officially supported at local events, DLCs, etc. So they kind of covered their bases here. And this is what I like about this, right? They're going to have set rotations every year, which is kind of like what Pokemon does. I'm trying to sit here and think. I feel like Pokemon includes more sets, though. I feel like they do like a 3-year rotation versus a 2-year rotation. It just seems weird to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm just looking at this from the wrong perspective. I think rotation is a good thing. Overall, it keeps the game fresh. It keeps the game going, right? A really bad thing that a game could end up doing is being stagnant, and this really helps from being stagnant. It keeps the game going. It's fresh. It's new. It's exciting. I'm okay with the rotation. The rotation every year for 2 sets, so you only have 8 sets in cycle. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I feel like it's too small, but Maybe that is what Pokemon does. Maybe that's what all these other big games are doing, and I just been so accustomed to them and I don't realize it. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know. Don't come at me in the comments. Overall, though, I think it's a good thing. I think it's a necessary thing. A lot of people are upset about that. They're upset about losing some of their favorite cards. Listen, I'm going to be upset too because I'm losing Kronk. All right? There hasn't been a lot of Kronks recently. The first few sets had a lot of Kronks. I'm losing out on Kronks too, okay, people? I'm losing out. Let's just put that out there, all right? But it's okay. It's still a good thing because they're doing their Infinity format, which is going to be Legacy. It's going to be everything all-encompassing, right? It's just not going to be the standard format. So you can still play with all your cards. Don't you worry. That's what I like about it. They planned ahead and actually made it viable. So, and then they're going to be in a format that's officially supported at local events. So your card shops, whenever you go to Disney World and they have a tournament or something, like they're going to be sanctioning some of these types of things. DLCs, probably going to have side events based on Infinity format. So like there's lots of good things for it still. Don't sit there and give in to the fear of my cards are never going to be good now. I can't use them anymore. That's not true. Yeah, maybe not in the standard format, but you could still play with them. And of course, if you have friends and you've got a game shop and you just go and play, just play the cards you want to play, you know? A lot of people are talking about how the prices of cards are going to plummet. The first thing I'm going to say right now is if you are a player of Lorcana, now's the time to buy, right? They're going to be doing reprints of a lot of these cards. They've already announced some reprints of a lot of these cards. They're going to do it. This is probably a good time to buy some of those really expensive cards that we don't have confirmed reprints for, but probably will get reprints at some point. For collectors, it's a great thing. Hold on to your cards. This is what Pokemon did. Look at the vintage Pokemon cards. Like they're booming, right? Hold on to those. They're worth it. The Enchanteds and all the legendaries, like all the good hits are still going to be there in value. They might drop right now and in the current time because playability dropped out, but over time, those are the cards that are going to increase in value. So if you're looking at this from a monetary value perspective, you still have reason to buy all these cards and collect and do all this stuff. It shouldn't affect it that much. So that's the interesting thing there. Also, the reprints. They're reprinting a ton of cards. This picture is just, it sucks booty. I'm going to be honest. I don't know why it's so blurry. Somebody probably just blew this up. But this is an example. You can't really tell. This is like the set 1 Rockstar Stitch. This is the set 9 Rockstar Stitch. And this is the Enchanted promo set championship Rockstar Stitch. And the example that they're giving here is the card is exactly the same. It's a reprint. Therefore, the set 1 Rockstar will still be playable because there's a set 9 Rockstar. And that's just the example they wanted to give. So don't throw all your cards out already, because when a card gets a reprint, it's still going to be playable and you can use all previous versions of that card. So please do not just start tossing your stuff willy-nilly. All right. Next thing up is we've got more information on Fable, the 9th set. I know Reign of Jafar is the next set coming out. It's the 8th set. I think we've gotten every card for Reign of Jafar. But Fabled is like the big one that everybody's going towards right now because it's introducing the epic rare and the iconic rare cards. And this right here is the first example of the iconic rares, I believe. And it's this Mickey card, which is really cool. Honestly, I like this card design. It's very gold-like and shiny. It's going to be shiny. That's what I think a lot of people are excited about. It's going to be very shiny. But it even says right here, the Fabled set will have a lot of new important aspects to it for the Disney Lorcana fans. For those who love search for stunning versions of their favorite characters, there will be 2 new rarities to look for in each booster pack, iconic and epic rares. Iconic cards are extremely rare with only 2 appearing in each set, while epic cards will appear more often than Enchanteds and feature special artwork and foil treatment. So epics will be easier to pull than enchanteds and still give people like, they're just giving them an extra chase. And it's great twofold. One, because the prices of enchanteds will still probably be at a high premium because they're still going to be hard to pull. They're going to be harder to pull than epics. But it's also going to incentivize people that collect to buy more packs because now you have an easier chance to get something great in the epic rares. So it's really, really, really good. So what's interesting here is we actually see like their rotation schedule. So, year one is going to be out when Fabled drops. Is that right? Yeah. Yeah, when Fable drops. And then when year 4 starts hitting with set 13, you're going to have Fabled and then the other 3 sets. So it's a short rotation period. I think I got that wrong when we were just talking about that. I was saying there's only going to be 8 sets, but I actually think it's going to be 4 sets. That's weird. Okay, that makes it a little bit worse for me, in my opinion. But anyway, let's move on. We got Return. I keep saying Return of Jafar, and it's not. It's the Reign of Jafar. And there's going to be some new stuff coming with it. First of all, the pre-release is May 30th. Go support your LGS if they are reasonable. If it's one of those LGSs that overprice everything, don't do it. It's not worth it. But I'm going to try my best to do the pre-release for Reign of Jafar because I really love Lorcana, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. But it's the eighth set for Disney Lorcana. It says Jafar now possesses the Hexwell crown, and with it, he has corrupted Arcasia's island to his wicked will. So there's even some really cool lore you can read into with this. There's also a new collection starter set. So this is going to have coming up. When is this coming up? I don't think it has a date yet. But this is going to be a new product. This is something I've been wanting to see from Lorcana is some more product. Not just the booster packs and booster boxes and troves. Like, give me extra things with smaller amounts of packs for cheaper prices that can kind of like get us into it at a more starter level. People like me who have kids that can't afford to just buy booster box after booster box, having something like this for $20-$30 is the more ideal situation. And honestly, we're probably going to buy more in the end if we do it this way. But this is the collection starter set, so it's going to come with the 4 booster packs, which look to all be Fabled. 1 card portfolio, which you have the little Taylor Mickey Mouse in the back. 1 promo card of the Tinkerbell with the Glimmer foil promo. And 1 collector's guide. And then we also have a look at the Worlds promo, which I'm not sure at this point how we're supposed to get this. Let's see. It says it's going to be making more regular news drops and community dialogues through Twitch, Discord, and other social channels, but it doesn't really say anything about how to get this. This is the World's promo. So I don't know. Maybe it's only going to be passed out to competitors, which is a very possible thing. I would love to see something on... Oh, it says right here, check your local game store for information and stay tuned for details on how to obtain a non-foil A Whole New World promo card. So they're going to make a non-foil version, I guess, available to people, but we still don't know how it's going to come about yet. So that'll be interesting, to say the least. So yeah, there's a lot of good news there. The last thing I wanted to do is I'm going to highlight my buddy Citizens of Lorcana here again. I've shouted out his channel before. He used to do the podcast for Citizens of Lorcana, but I believe he has stopped it. They don't do it, but he still posts a lot of stuff about Lorcana, and he's kind of like my go-to. If I want to get information on Lorcana, he's the one I go to, so I highly recommend you guys go check him out. But you guys can see we've got some new cards here. These, I believe, are all Fabled or Reign of Jafar cards. Did you just drop a new card? Literally, while I'm recording this video, we got a new card dropped. Most of these are in German, unfortunately. I can speak a little bit of German, but I can't speak that much German. But we got, some more dual inks. Got a Goofy. She's your person. stopped chaos in its tracks. That's actually kind of a cool card. High cost, though. Ludwig von Drake. Stitch. I mean, there's just a lot of good stuff here. So I kind of wanted just to highlight and showcase his page here a little bit on X, because it's a very good informational source on all the new cards and such. I try to do it as much as I can. I like to put new cards and stuff out there, but I cannot keep up with all of it. My job and then my family life, I just don't have time to do all that. So this is a very good means to getting your Lorcana fix if you are needing it. I love the googly eyes on this. Somebody put some googly eyes on it. It's so good. That's googly glimmers. There you go. I love it. So there you go. You guys can check out his page here and see, like, there's a new enchanted. Look at that. Rapunzel, Reign of Jafar enchanted. She kind of creeps me out a little bit. I'm not even going to lie. Like, I don't like the way she's looking at me. It just kind of serial killer-esque, in my opinion. Yeah, we're going to move on from that. I don't like that. A lot of good stuff, though. A lot of good stuff. So I just want to showcase his page, give you guys an opportunity to check him out. And if you want, some better, more up-to-date, faster news for Lorcana and like card drops, he's a good one to go to. Last but not least, we're going to talk some Pokemon Center in particular. So Pokemon Center has been doing a lot of drops recently on their website. And a lot of people there's a lot of mixed reviews, honestly, about what's going on. A lot of people saying it's good what Pokemon Center is doing. A lot of people that are still upset by what Pokemon Center is doing and, and how the drops work. Usually it's one of two ways. If you got product, you're happy. If you didn't get product, you're mad. And that will probably never change, right? But let's just low-key take a look at things and see how they're actually doing, because there's somebody like this guy here who is using scalper bots to farm everything off the PokemonCenter.com. That is not able to do it anymore. The way they're fixing their algorithm and they're fixing their bot, their thing to keep bots out, like, it's working. And I don't understand how people are still upset about what Pokemon Center is doing. Like, they're clearly trying to make things happen still, and trying to give collectors and players a chance to actually get product. It's been working, in my opinion, in the opinion of a lot of others around me, because we've actually started getting some product. I have been able to get some prismatic evolutions. Now, mind you, it's not a lot. I've been able to get one ETB of prismatic evolutions. That's it. But I was able to get it, and that's a huge thing. I was also able to get pre-order ETB, just one, of Destined Rivals, and also get one of each of the new black and white, was it Black Bolt and White Flare ETBs. So I'm happy because I actually got to get something. Now, it's not a whole lot. It's not a lot to be like, oh my God, I got, 10 of each. I can go resell them, or I can open a ton on my channel. Like, I got one of each, and I'm okay with that. I'm happy about that. I've actually been able to find product, which is amazing. And I think places like Target and was it Best Buy has been doing you have to log in to even get a pre-order, and they do their bot checks too. Walmart has been really good about the queue thing. Like, I've been able to get some Pokemon products from some of these online retailers because of the queue system, and it's worked, in my opinion. Again, I'm somebody that got some product, so I'm happy about it. A lot of people that didn't get product are not happy about it. I get it. I understand it. But Pokemon Center has been making it harder and harder for bots and people that control bots to get product. And somehow people are still complaining about it. I don't understand. Like, somebody like this that uses bots to buy up as much as they possibly can is upset because they're getting frustrated, and they're getting upset because people are calling them scammers, and being disrespectful isn't fair. Come on, you know what you're doing. I'm not going to sit here and say like people should be calling them scammers and being disrespectful, you know, at the very minimum, but let's be real. You know what you're doing, and you're using bots to buy up everything so that people can't get it because you're going to try to resell it at a markup. You're a scalper. It is what it is. We're going to call it out for it. And I'm glad that people like this are not able to capitalize on it. Now, if he probably still got one or two of everything, it's just that he hasn't gotten all the stuff that they usually get. And clearly he's running a business. But, you know, if you got your one or two, move on. It's okay. It's okay. Let other people have an actual chance at getting it. That's a good thing. And I will always be happy about, you know, people like this taking an L. So people like me and, you know, average collectors and players that get one of something, we can get a W. I'm cool with that. This does not bother me. Like, I'm happy you didn't get to buy out a bunch of them so that other people could get them. It's a good thing. So I am happy with the way that Pokemon Center has been operating recently and the way that it's been going. I'm okay with all that. So I know there's a lot of people that are still upset and don't get product and, you know, are still complaining and all that. I get that too. It's frustrating. It is very frustrating. The world for Pokemon TCG is still not good. It's still very hard. Like, I've got kids. My son, he's got his own binder now, and he wants to open packs all the time. He doesn't even care what he pulls. He just wants to get something shiny out of a pack so he could throw it in his binder. I can't find packs hardly in person right now. It's been very difficult. I've had some success. I've had a lot of not success. Unsuccess. Yeah. So being able to get some of the stuff on Pokemon Center is just, it feels good. It feels good. It's a step in the right direction. I don't think this is far from being a good fix or like a permanent fix, but it's at least a step in the right direction. So we'll take the little W's that we get and we'll enjoy the small L's that people like this are getting. And we're just gonna move on and live our lives. So that's all we have, ladies and gentlemen. You guys let me know. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Doesn't matter what it's about. If you want to talk about Pokemon, you want to talk about Lorcana, you want to talk about the indie TCG space, please don't talk about politics. Drop some comments down below. Let me know what your thoughts and opinions on all this stuff are from the recent times. But I'm liking where I feel like trading card games as a whole have been taking some good steps forward, and we're kind of moving on, and it's a good thing. And I'm happy about it. I'm okay with it. And that's all I got to say for today. Thank you guys for listening. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and drop those comments. We'll see you guys in the next video.